Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Bed Bath & Blyle's newest summer product, the Brundlefly Trap.
I'm radio personality Dick Clarkson.
And I'm radio personality Clark Dixon.
You may recognize us from programs like Ultimate Throwdown Championship and News from the Year 2050. We're here to tell you about our favorite new product from Bed Bath & Blyle.
That's right, Dick. It's that time of year again, and Brundlefly season is as bad as ever. Are you tired of having Brundleflies ruin your family picnics, impregnate your wife with giant, disgusting maggot babies?
Are you tired of having Brundleflies come up and begging you to end their lives with a shotgun?
Well, you can solve all those problems with the new Brundlefly Trap from Bed Bath & Blyle. Designed with state-of-the-art sloth-smart technology, your Brundleflies will exterminate themselves before they can become a pest.
Let's watch the Brundlefly Trap in action now.
Give me that device, Marv. We're going to conduct an experiment. Fly there, alien crap.
Oh my goodness, it's television and movies with Jeff Goldblum.
What the hell is going on? My God in heaven.
Yeah, you can see the little bastard. He's circling around the Brundlefly Trap. It appears to be luring him in.
Still, the car's bouncing up and down.
Oh, what's this?
Don't move. I'm going to do the same thing, start at the same place again.
Ah, success! Bed Bath & Blyle scores again.
That's right. You can't beat that, Dick. And be sure to check out Bed Bath & Blyle for all your Brundleflies, child sacrifice, and accent furniture needs. I'm Clark Dixon.
And I'm Dick Clarkson.
And we'll see you on the next Go Around.
Welcome back. Once again. Hopefully, you're not being feasted on by the mad swarm of Brundleflies that has descended on us. You know it's officially summer in Alabama when you watch your loved ones be eviscerated by a pack of good old Brundleflies.
Yeah.
But not this year.
Not this time.
Not this time, god damn it. Anywho, I'm Lyle McClendon. I'm joined, as always, my buddy Brandon Gentry.
Hey, man, go fuck yourself.
We are the Good Ole Gamers podcast, and if you don't know that, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing with yourself. Obviously nothing good.
Very lost and confused.
Yeah, probably both if you're here. It's episode 93. Getting so much closer.
Yep, and we still got 92 about to be released because
Yeah,
I had
I know.
massive hard drive failure.
Yeah, we've had some technical issues this week, but it kind of worked out in favor because Brandon is taking his planned trip to Pisney World.
Yep.
Is it Pisneyland or Pisney World?
It's World.
World's the one in Land's the one in California.
Yeah,
right?
Land's a shitty one.
Fuck y'all. But Brandon's trip to Disney World's coming up. I got Southern Fried coming up, and at the end of that month, or end of June, I'm going to the beach for a week. So anyways, us being gone for these periods of times kind of works out, so you'll be able to actually get 3 episodes back to back.
Yeah. I'm gonna last one, this one, and an extra special one I'm throwing together.
Yeah, we have something special we think the fans will like. It's been a oft-requested thing, but
Yeah.
we'll wait to show you that. It's May 21st, by the way. So, yeah. And we're going to try to do what we always do and kick it off with a little bit of news. We're going to talk some goddamn video games tonight.
Hell yeah.
So before I get on my big one, Brandon, did you ever play Iron Commando on Super Nintendo?
I did not, but I did see that the Pico Interactive's Indiegogo campaign succeeded for that.
Indeed. They're actually doing a re-release of the cartridge version of Iron Commando on SNES.
Which it was a Japanese-only game, right?
I believe so.
And it's getting localized for us.
I believe
and
so.
And they're also doing Legend in the same one.
Yes, it was a Japanese exclusive. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And Pico, as you know, there's some history with them with Mike Kennedy. They were the ones that kind of got roped into the Coleco Chameleon at first.
Which, this isn't the first thing you're going to hear about Coleco tonight in the news. So
yeah.
It's an interesting builder. But that's kind of cool, though. So, if you've never played Iron Commando, I've played it on my arcade cabinet. I've never played the SNES port of it, I don't guess. Apparently,
it's pretty valuable. They had listed in boxes $400 for it usually. And the other game that this campaign was for, Legend, is $100 loose. So,
shit.
So apparently they're hard to come by games.
Might be something to look into. Who knows? Second pressing, kind of like some of the limited run games they do now. I think in that one website called limitedrungames.com or something like that. Who knows? Might end up being worth a little bit later on down the road or something.
Could be. Or it might be totally worthless like half the other ones.
Yeah, it could be. But, I mean, the point is to get a game you enjoy. Iron Commando, it's a good game.
And this is cool to get a new Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, man. I'd be one of them weird people and sniff it. Like
It's not going to smell the same.
No.
I was looking at the boards. They got the same boards that when you order like knockoff games from China, the same board.
That's all the mass-produced shit they got out now.
They're like half the size of an SNES cart, and I understand why. It's cheaper because modern technology is so much better, but it just ain't quite the same.
Well, check that off the list. NES Classic Battletoads has received a ROM hack that allows for 4-player.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Did I?
I did.
Oh, shit. Well,
that's
never
fine.
mind.
You can download the ROM for it and put it on NES Classic or on your PC.
If you're actually able to own an NES Classic.
Yeah. One of the sacrifices I had to make is one of the Toads changes colors every level with the palettes.
Yeah, I do remember you talking about that now. God damn it. Sorry, y'all.
Well, but let's do a little bit more amnesia here. I'm pretty sure you talked about the new Retron HD, right? Last time?
I think I touched on it, but I don't think we had any. I don't think I had like no price or any.
Yeah,
specifics.
It's $40, and the controllers on it actually look pretty good. They look a lot better than the old Retron controllers.
I agree.
They look just like a NES controller, except the bottom two corners are rounded off so they don't stab into your hands and leave you with a stigmata.
In a weird, you get done playing, you're just like, it is finished. He has the marks of our Lord. He is the one. Oh, that's what your hands look. What if you're playing like Bible Adventures or whatever? It's just like it appears some crazy Christian out there be like, the boy bears the marks. He's chosen to defend the kingdom.
All right, let's drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Everybody bring your black Nikes. Anyways, borderline getting off in the dark territory there, like usual. I guess my big one I'll just go ahead and throw out there because it might take me a second to kind of explain it, I suppose. But okay, you said something about the Coleco Chameleon a minute ago. Well, everybody knows the ordeal for that shit. My dog is driving me crazy right now.
It looks like he's trying to get his ass whooped by your cat.
I really hope it happens. But anywho, so there was a post made on Atari Age here recently, and apparently, like, Coleco Holdings is starting to go after people in the homebrew scene, like strong-arming them and shit.
Which is really fucked, because what the hell is Coleco doing to lose money?
Yeah, no shit. I mean, what have they done? I mean, Coleco's not even ColecoVision. It's owned by probably Atari or somebody at this point.
Yeah, like
Hasbro, I guess. I think Hasbro owns Atari now, maybe.
I don't know.
It's something, it's not a standalone video game company anymore, essentially.
Yeah, they're nothing but holdings now. They hold IP.
But this message come in on the board, and I'll just read it verbatim real quick because, well, it's actually real long. I'll just hit the high notes of it right here. Pretty much, this guy whose name is Rob, he runs the ColecoVision fan Facebook page. It's a page with over 25,000 ColecoVision fans, and it helps support and promote the homebrew community for Coleco. You know, no harm, made, I don't guess.
Yeah.
And all that shit. And recently, this guy, he received a number of trademark infringement takedown notifications from Facebook by Coleco over several photos and videos of ColecoVision homebrew games that he published on our page. We were not using the ColecoVision logos in any way other than the showcase photos or videos of homebrew published the game and fan-made ColecoVision products or projects on our page. He chose to run the Coleco page for his own personal enjoyment. Same, reason we do a retro gaming podcast. He said there's no revenue generated from it or anything. It's a hobby. The only agenda is he wants to help gain exposure for homebrewers who spend a lot of their own personal time developing projects. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
You spend fucking 100+ hours on something like that. You would want it to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. He had to disable his page because of all this stuff and the fear of being flagged more and having his account permanently disabled. He had posted the photos and all that, and you can go to Atari Age and look this up. I mean, this is pages long. But here's where the kicker is. They emailed, apparently, Coleco about the images, and this is how Coleco responded to them verbatim. I'm sorry that you're having concerns with your site. It is exciting that you're working on developing new video games. Please let me know if you would like to submit products to have them officially licensed by Coleco and ColecoVision. I am sure that we can work something out that is fair. We are mostly concerned with the image of certain games being appropriate for the children who will be playing them. Secondly, it is important that all IPs, if any, have been properly cleared by the rights holder. And
I have to wonder what games are they putting out in the ColecoVision that's not appropriate for children. 'Cause, I mean, even fucking beat them and eat them. Like, I could let my kids play that game, they wouldn't know what's going on.
Well, see, it's like, yeah, I mean, it says, like, right here, it's like if a third-party IP is involved, that's beyond Coleco's purview.
Yeah.
Coleco has no rights to dictate what hardware and software can be released for the defunct ColecoVision console, nor do they have any expectation regarding editorial controls such as what they feel is suitable for children.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like to me that there's a bunch of rumors swirling that still they want to try to put out a new Coleco product.
Yeah.
At the end of the year. And it sounds like to me that they're kind of just getting, I don't know, they're kind of being pissy about that something new's coming out that they don't have. And it sounds like to me like they're trying to...
Some of that word makes me think they're trying to strong arm them into doing a licensing deal with them for some of that homebrew stuff.
Yeah. Be something that'd probably be available and exclusive on like one of the multi...
Yeah,
plug and play
that's what I was
consoles,
going to say. Some of them,
flashback consoles.
Yeah, some
of
the flashback things. They have some really awful homebrews on there. I don't know if they're homebrews, but they're aftermarket Coleco games or in Atari games and whatever. And they weren't that good.
It's
just filler games so they can say, "Oh, it's got 80 games on it."
That's kind of a shame, because that's. And what got me, too, is they were like, children, suitable for children. I'm like, how many fucking children are going to know what a ColecoVision is, without a parent that's obviously in the hobby?
It's almost impossible to release something for the Coleco that's worse than, say, Call of Duty.
Well, there's certain kids that don't even know what a goddamn VCR is, much less a ColecoVision, that just sounds, I don't know, it just, the reputation's already kind of contaminated with the whole Coleco Command thing.
Yeah,
and
Mike Kennedy poisoned that well a little bit.
Not a really nice way of making your company look that much better by trying to strong arm a little man that's obviously
just loves the Coleco,
paying homage to your fucking console that failed. What's the big deal? I mean, I understand it's all money. That's ultimately what it boils down to. But they act like he made a fucking illegal homebrew like Metal Gear Solid or some shit. It's
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. It's not like he's fucking got something that's going to compete against some AAA game somewhere.
And with a niche market like retro gaming, you got to embrace the community. You can't shun them because your product's not going to do as well.
Your community is what keeps you driving. Yeah. Period.
You can't be Nintendo because Nintendo's got enough following that they can be dicks to anybody and to get away with it. Coleco, who the fuck cares about Coleco anymore? They got to, extend the olive branch, I guess.
This is almost to be like Magnavox, being like, Magnavox ain't even a fucking company anymore, are they? Like, well, I mean, I gotta know, what does Magnavox fucking make now if they're even...
I think they made TVs up to around 2010 or something. It was fairly recent, like surprisingly recent. I was like, I didn't know if they were still around that long.
I thought Magnavox was like defunct. Anyways, no. Wow. It is still a brand. Well, I'll be damned. But anyways, it'd be like Magnavox, like being like, "I will take you to court if you release that Odyssey 2."
Yeah,
homebrew. I'd be like, "Suck a dick!" Like, get a time machine first. Like, that's what you're gonna need, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kind of shady. Just general thing. Don't shit on the. Like you said, the homebrew community, all that all is just, that's part of retro gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Don't shit on people.
Yep.
But, yep.
I ain't got nothing else for news, do you?
I don't, really. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff, but I'm a bad motherfucking reporter.
Yeah, there's been shit going on, but nothing I saw worth reporting on a retro gaming podcast. No one cares about the new Call of Duty zombies or...
I'm still real kind of butthurt with that dude.
Yeah, the Metal Gear Solid.
Because, my God, I seen it again the other day. Man, it looks just like some fucking Metal Gear. I mean, well, I shouldn't say it looks like Metal Gear. It looks like that guy's style of art. Right. It looks like him, but... it just don't look right outside of Metal Gear, I guess.
Yeah. You don't want to see his name soiled by Call of Duty.
No. Call of Duty Zombies at that. The goddamn DLC. It ain't even like the actual game shit.
Because in like 5 to 10 years, these kids are going to like see someone playing a Metal Gear game and like that they ripped off Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm, dude. I would likely kill myself if I heard that and I had a pistol in my pocket. I'd just be like, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Then I might just shoot the kid. I don't know, man. Well, they're never going to make a fucking Metal Gear Solid game worth of shit ever again. So
they probably make a badass pachinko machine.
I wonder what happened to that one Metal Gear they showed off. Maybe they'll show some of it at E3. That I don't know. It wasn't fucking Metal Gear. It had the Metal Gear name, but that was it.
Well, tonight we're doing something a little different. I figured we had to shake things up because we just been coming in here talking about games we halfway played. We need to do something a little different.
We want to try to do new things, and I've been working on a few things. Hopefully, have some more interviews here soon. I'm thinking about trying to bring back the lame game giveaway, but actually make it a little more. You actually have to do crowd participation is what we need.
Yeah,
right now. So we're going to attempt to bring you some new segments, and that's what we're doing tonight.
Yep, we're going to be talking about our favorite 5 moments in retro gaming.
Indeed. Are we going to do 5 combined total, or it's going to be our 5 each?
5 each is what I'm playing.
Good. Well, if you want to start something up.
Yeah, I'm going to go from least to greatest, I guess.
That's kind of how I have my shit
my number
labeled.
5 pick is just the first fucking time I played Grand Theft Auto 1.
Dude, mine is not number 5, but I'll go ahead and say GTA is number 3 on my list because that is still one of my most fond memories.
the sheer freedom of what you could do in that game, and all the kid gloves were off. You know, you want to run somebody over, fucking do it. Cops might get you, but hey, run them over.
Man, that's one of my most fond memories. Is I lived in town, or my parents did at the time. Brandon comes over to spend the night with me. First time we'd ever played that game, we got to go rent a game, and we rented that shit on PlayStation.
Man, the cover of that game looks so unassuming and like generic. It was
just like a picture of like the corner of a block, you know, with like a fucking car. It had no notion of that you're gonna fucking kill and slaughter cops and shit.
Yeah, I was expecting a game similar to Driver or something like. It's just kind of like a game, you know, driving and maybe do a little bit of outlaw stuff, but nothing like GTA was.
I love the fact that you like figuring out the fact that it was L2 or R2 made you burp and fart.
Yeah.
And like being the immature fucking kids that we were, like I remember hurting the next morning just from laughing so much because we would like run people over and then go up to their corpse and like early form of teabagging. Go up to the fucking corpse and just like burp and fart on like top of them and shit. Oh man, that was such a good. They had, you know, nothing like GTA 5, of course, like different characters and all that. They had the fucking. Me and Brandon always called them Madeline because they all wore orange shirts and walked in a line.
Yeah.
And we would try to we'd see them and just try to smear them in the straight line.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, oh, God damn it. I would still, the bad thing is now, like, you gave me a bunch of beer and a PlayStation in that game, I'd probably still giggle just as hard as I used to, because... Asshole! Oh, man.
I had to bring in some sound clips from it.
Jesus! My favorite one, I had the PC version later on, I got... Mm-hmm. PC version was unedited. It still had the people be like, "Fuck you, asshole!"
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's got a gun!
Oh man, that doesn't get old.
No. And the top-down view, how they did that game, it seemed fairly unique for the time. I mean, it's not the first game to use top-down, but in the style that they did it and for the reasons that they did it, it was pretty awesome. And to my knowledge, it was like the only top-down game that was free-form, you could almost say RPG-ish in the way that you were playing a role. Not in that RPGs and you had stats and bullshit, but you taking on the role of a criminal, and you had all these different missions to do. And the free-form factor of it was it hadn't been done yet at that time.
It like the sheer that.
We played it for hours before we even knew there was a point to it.
Yeah, like we didn't even know the fact that you had the only way to activate missions and shit was to go to the phone. You went to the phone booths in the first one, was it not?
And you think you saved it in the churches because it said like Jesus saves on the side of it or something like that?
I think so. I remember we figured out, somehow we ended up figuring out cheats to it and just weapons cheating that shit. Oh, the flamethrower, man.
Yeah.
I love there's one certain death squeal in the original GTA. It's like, wow! I don't even, man, I can't play it on my computer and record it. There's just a very certain, like, there's just a certain death howl that on that game it used to crack me up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd smear somebody in the person. Oh, Jesus! Beside them.
I just remember all the fucked up ways that you could end up killing people. I remember one of the times that same night getting in an 18-wheeler and the cops had set up a roadblock and I hit a cop car, but it didn't blow it up, but it ran into the roadblock and blew up then and just blew them all up. I fucking died laughing.
I always like getting somebody near the water and just like pushing them off in the water, and you just see them just like fall down and splash, and that was it.
Yeah,
like because nobody in GTA and GTA 2 can swim
or 3. I don't think you can swim in 3. Like as soon as you went in water, you fucking died.
I think that's right.
I think 4 was the first one you could get in water.
Maybe it is. I can't remember. I think you're right, though.
It's either 4 or San Andreas. 'Cause I know San Andreas had pushed the boundaries a lot with what they normally could do.
I think you're right. I think, actually, don't quote me on this, but I think Vice City.
It might have been. I played Vice City a shitload, but I don't remember that.
My favorite weapon in Vice City is still this day the katana.
The katana.
Like walking through there and just fucking slice through people like butter. Oh, my God.
And I think Vice City is the one that introduced motorcycles, wasn't it? As far as the 3D ones. So I don't think 3 had motorcycles, did it?
I don't remember. Man, as much as I've played GTA 3, there isn't a whole shit ton I remember about it. I could still get you to the Banshee over at the car lot, probably, but...
Yeah, I remember. I used to know how to get to the tank easily by heart, but I couldn't tell you now.
I'm gonna, just out of curiosity, it is Vice City. I do believe. Anyways, we ain't talking about that. The first GTA, though, that was so good.
Yeah. And 2, I know we're talking about 1, but 2 was just GTA, but better.
2 had, like, really, for top-down, I mean, they were, like you said, there were better graphics than GTA. But 2 had really badass lighting effects.
Yeah.
And
one of the cool things about 2, if you shot somebody with a rocket launcher, they died during an explosion, they would launch up towards the screen and then fall down.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You could send them flying.
And the PC version of 2 had the most amazing multiplayer. Because I remember at Hansville, we had that shit set up on the LAN. So, people in different classrooms are playing against each other. And it was awesome because, I'd get in an ice cream truck and I'd hear, my ice cream truck music from a computer, in the other corner of the laboratory. And some kids going, no, no, no. And then I run him over and he's just like, oh. It's it was almost like screen cheating, except I was using their speakers to locate them because I would hear my ice cream music.
What a fucking turd you are. Oh, man, that's shady as shit.
This echolocation with an ice cream
Oh,
truck.
shit. This motherfucker knows how to kill a goddamn dolphin or two.
It's my autism powers. I triangulate their position from hearing my ice cream music.
His parents were anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, my number 5 retro gaming moment. My dog gonna keep barking. I'm gonna have to go get him now. I just got a beacon go off my phone that said lightning within 5 miles of Coleman.
Oh, nice.
We might be in for a thundershower.
You had a hell of a storm yesterday.
Fuck yeah, it did. I was worried for a minute because the trees in my front yard were bowing.
I found out that I've got to do some little bit of minor landscaping in front of my storm shelter because it flooded. And it's just due to we got so much water in such a short time that the water it slightly sloped towards the storm shelter, so it was going under my door.
Oh man, that sucks.
So I had to get out there with a shovel one day.
Oh, let me pause it and bring my dog back in. Okay. Anywho, was that it for GTA?
Yeah, that's it for GTA.
My number 5 moment is Metal Gear Solid.
Hell yeah.
I remember seeing in magazines and shit about Metal Gear Solid, and PlayStation Magazine released a demo disc that had, pretty sure it was the only playable game on it was the Metal Gear Solid demo, and the rest of it was videos, but I played that fucking demo for hours on end.
I miss demo discs so much.
I do too, man.
That's why I subscribed to Dreamcast Magazine, because of the demo disc every month. I would almost have the magazine away. I just wanted the demo disc.
Yeah, I mean, and it would be so great to be able to have that now, because that's one thing I hate about the Switch now. There's tons of games on the eShop, one fucking demo out of all the games on there.
Shit, yeah.
Other than the ARMS test fire next weekend and like the Splatoon.
And I don't understand why they don't do that, because it'd be so easy to set up like a 2-hour limit where you get the whole game, you download the game, just play it for 2 hours, and it cuts you off unless you buy it.
Xbox does that on their gold memberships. They have like 2-hour, 3-hour demos you can do. And then, like, that's the cool thing. If you decide to buy the game, you know, you can even just pick up from where the demo left off a lot of the times.
Yeah, it kind of suckers you in on some games. You get into it, and it's like, oh, fuck, I got to buy it now.
Metal Gear Solid, though, is one of the first games I actually saved up my own money to go purchase. Nice. And, you know, and it's weird because I'm a Metal Gear fan, but I like... And I guess I'm probably going to get crucified by purists for this, but I mean, I like the Metal Gear Solid series. Not saying the old NES Metal Gears are bad, but I've just never played them through. I have both of them, but I've never played through them.
I don't think of those when I think of Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid, like that cinematic experience you get from Metal Gear Solid is a lot of it. And oh my God, I could just sit here for the rest of the night and just talk the first Metal Gear Solid. Like, what a fucking great game. That was one of the first games, I guess, other than like Final Fantasy VII, that just really fucking grabbed me. You know, it's like watching a movie unfold. The little tech tricks and shit they done in there too, you know, being a Konami game, if you had like Symphony of the Night down on your memory card or any of that, one of the bosses, Psycho Manus, is a mind reader.
Yeah.
And he'll like scan your memory card and be like, oh, you like playing Castlevania, do you?
And was he the one that would disable a controller port and you had to like swap them out?
You have to put your controller port into port 2 because if you leave it in 1, he can predict every move you make. And you put it in 2, he'll be like, I can't read your mind. And it just pisses him off. He almost sounds like fucking Stimpy or Ren, whichever one, the fucking Chihuahua.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't read your mind.
And they can't do this shit like that with modern games because, like, if you disconnect the controller from the Xbox is like, nah, what the fuck's going on? You got a controller unplugged.
It'd just be funny if it tricked you and be like, your batteries are low, and you get up and change it. And it's like, I'm the king of bullshit.
Yeah, they could do something like that. Put an Xbox-style menu in there that pops up. And
I think it'd be funny is, like, if a video game just has, like, a real sexy character in it, and you, in the game, you think she's about to whip her tits out right when she opens her shirt and just flashes a picture of a dick or something. Like, just something like that. There's a lot of real cool moments, though, in Metal Gear. Like, the ninja scene sticks out in my mind. Have you ever played through Metal Gear Solid?
No, I've only been around other people when they've played it.
Oh, man. There's a scene, well, if you know anything about the Metal Gear lore, one of the characters in the games is Gray Fox. He's in the old ones. He's the ninja in Metal Gear Solid, which you don't know that at the beginning. He has stealth camouflage, and one of the very first things you come across is, like, you walk in this hallway, and there's fucking blood and entrails and shit everywhere, and dead soldiers laying in pieces everywhere. And then you walk around the hallway, and there's one soldier just floating in the air, blood spurting out of him, and it decloaks, and you can see it's the ninja holding him up on his sword and shit.
Huh.
And, like, he has this, like, nervous breakdown in the office and shit. And there's just, like, lots of little details, like his psychic energy or whatever it is in a suit starts flipping out, and there's, like, fucking electricity flying, and you can see, like, just big bundles of paper and shit flying off of desks. You know, that's one thing the Metal Gear series has always done right. It's very attention to detail.
One thing I remember, one of my favorite moments, and I can't remember any specifics, but being around our buddy Mr. Stevens in school, I was around him playing that game more than anyone else because he was my neighbor at the time. And this is how he'd have these mundane items in your inventory, and they all had a real use.
Yeah.
Like cigarettes and stuff. I don't remember what they did. But
cigarettes slowly drain your health, but in the Sniper Wolf stages, if you run out of diazepam to take, you can smoke a cigarette and it'll steady your aim.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it says, the drawback. It slowly depletes your health.
And
the cardboard box, man.
The classic cardboard box.
Like,
or just tapping a wall.
See, there's even weirder shit, like in Metal Gear Solid 2. you can get in lockers and hide, because it can go to a first-person mode. And still to this day, too, man, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, for PlayStation 2, those graphics still hold up today.
Nice.
Fucking wonderful. But you can get in these lockers, and there's pictures of, like, Japanese supermodels and shit. And if you go to first-person mode, you notice the camera starts bobbing up and down harder, and you just hear a... every now and then. I'm just kind of wondering, I'm like, did Kojima make him snake like they're packing his pudding? Like,
kind of like the old Duke Nukem. Where is it?
Where is it? Shake it, baby. Oh man, though, Metal Gear has so many great moments. The ending of that game is one of my favorite. The final confrontation with Liquid Snake, and you figure out they're in those games. They're infected with the shit called Fox Die, which is pretty much something they give to all the genome soldiers to die off at a certain point. And of course, Solid Snake's got shit to fight it, and they have this big wreck and all this shit as it's a car chase, and Liquid's walking towards Snake, fixing to kill him, and he's like, Fox! And then, like, right when he does it, it's cheesy as shit, but Snake's like, "Dah!" And he just goes, "Ah!" and falls over dead. It's so fucking awesome, though. So good.
That's great.
That's my number 5, though. Metal Gear Solid, what a fucking great game.
Well, my number 4 was the boss and beating of the boss of Maximum Carnage. That's still one of my proudest moments in retro gaming, because that is a hard fucking game, and I beat it without cheats. I did abuse an aspect of the game for the boss, I'll admit, because in Maximum Carnage it's a beat 'em up where you play as Spider-Man and Venom, and in the later levels you can swap between Spider-Man and Venom at will by pressing select.
Mm-hmm.
But when you swap, you have like a very brief second of invincibility. Well, in Carnage, he's a bastard that takes like 3 minutes to beat down if you're really good at the game. So I would constantly swap as soon as it came off cooldown, swap back and forth between Spider-Man and Venom, get that brief second of invincibility, and steer clear of his bitch-ass overpowered attacks. That still had some of the best fucking music in the SNES game, I thought.
By Green Jelly. Or Green Jello.
I think it's Jelly.
It was the same band as Green
Okay.
Jello, but some licensing reasons they had to change it. I like that bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the only games, too, that actively encourages you to beat the fuck out of women.
Yeah. The first
a lot of
bosses of the
women
game.
baddies.
Yeah, the first bosses of the game are like Girl Scouts, and you just beat the fuck out of them as Spider-Man.
You just like you just like bouncing their head off the ground and start smearing their cookies in their face. Like, is it good? Is it good, you bitch? Just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man force feeding your ass some motherfucking Samoas.
Hell yeah.
Hulk Hogan was Spider-Man.
I really love the comic book element of the game, because in between levels it had like panels of a comic book, like animated comic book. It was awesome.
I like the fact too that when you like fight and hit people, it does the pow and smack. You know,
and every enemy, like even the lowest shitbag enemy, has like a unique name, like Jerry and Rick. And I'm like, fuck you, Rick.
Todd.
Yeah.
Might ought to point out too, it's a fucking LJN game.
One of their few good
One
ones.
of the better ones.
God, I need to go back and play through that game again. As much as a bitch as it is to beat it, it's a lot of fun.
I
need to get me a copy. I don't think I have a copy of that anymore. I missed the old red cartridge on the SNES.
I can honestly say I've never beaten it. That might be
that's
something I need to...
Most people haven't, but it's worth trying to. It's great. And you get the SNES version. The Genesis music sucks shit. I mean, that's typical Genesis versus SNES, but I need to give me a copy of that. It's so awesome. What was your number 4?
Let's see. My number 4 was... I'm doing a little swapping around since GTA was 3s. I had a bunch of different shit jotted down. My number 4, though, was receiving my fucking PlayStation 1.
Hell yeah.
That was a big deal for me because I've always been pretty well a diehard Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
And I had the blessing of being a spoiled bastard. Well, not a bastard because I know my father, but a spoiled brat-ass kid. And I had an NES, an SNES, and 64. Mm-hmm. And Game Boy, of course. And PlayStation is pretty much what broke me away from that. Like, I missed out a lot on GameCube shit because of PlayStation. You know, I've always been a PlayStation supporter since then. I mean, I still support Nintendo, don't get me wrong, but that's when I finally realized, oh, there's other video game systems than this. And I think, like, just the CD aspect of it, like introducing full motion video and shit.
And MP3 type sound.
Yeah,
music.
Sound quality going way up. 3D graphics, you know, like... load times were shitty, but I mean...
You get used to it.
You know, Nintendo 2 just didn't have the third-party support that PlayStation had at that time. N64...
Not that many games
was a missed opportunity, honestly. I mean, I'm not knocking the N64 because it's a great console. I enjoyed it.
It has several best games of all time on it.
I agree. You know, one of my ones on the list tonight, you know, it's got a couple on N64, and both of those games.
I want to say one of the reasons it didn't get much third-party support is because it was cartridge. It was harder to make for, and it cut into their profits heavily because you had to compete with other games on price, but the cartridge ate up a fuck ton of your cost.
Well, you know, that's what I remember people bitching back in the day. They're like, well, why won't, you know, Square released Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy was a Famicom game, blah, blah, blah. And I remember being younger and telling people, I'm like, it's because the N64 can't play all those fucking 3D cutscenes and shit.
No, you couldn't fit a tenth of Final Fantasy 7 on a 64 cartridge.
Perfect motherfucking example of pros and cons. Mortal Kombat Trilogy, N64, and Mortal Kombat Trilogy on PlayStation. Mm-hmm. N64 had more characters and no load times, or... Maybe that was the other way around. N64 didn't have load times, but it didn't have any of the cutscenes and none of that.
I think it added less stuff overall, but no load times. And I want to say it was that one on the PlayStation. You could get some lag in game sometimes.
Yeah, and the sound quality so much better.
Yeah,
PlayStation 2, man. Like I said, that's the main thing that drew me to it. It just had the games, fucking Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 7, Parasite Eve, you know, what a great time for Square on PlayStation. You know, some of the best RPGs.
That's when
Brave
Nintendo
Fencer
lost
Musashi. You know, yeah, it is, man. Like completely. You know, Square had been. I mean, look at Final Fantasy 6. I guess 6 is 3.
Yeah.
Here, right? Look at 6. You know, look at
Chrono
4.
Trigger and Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. A lot of other shit. I'm not even...
Secret of Mana, Lufia, all that shit. Like, they, you know, what a missed opportunity. And
I have to wonder if Nintendo went with a CD-based console, they would have kept Square with them.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they would have went with the CD-based console, we'd have had the Nintendo PlayStation. If they wouldn't have fucked Sony over to begin with. You know, everything would have been honky-dory, but Nintendo wanted to fucking own the monopoly of the market, pretty much, you know. I would have Resident, you know, goddamn, there's so many good fucking classic games that got their start on PlayStation. Like PS1 is one of the greatest consoles, man. It's awesome right now. It's cheap to collect for us. I mean, there's expensive shit, but you can get games dirt cheap for the PlayStation.
If you steer clear of like RPGs and a handful of rare games, it's cheap.
Oh yeah, there's some great fucking stuff. I don't know. PS1.
A movie game. That was like when movie games really started like coming out for every fucking movie.
Oh, man, one that people fucking hate that I love, I just want to throw in here, Hard Trilogy.
Really?
I love that fucking game. And I know it's a piece of shit, but what variety? You know, three forms catastrophe. Like, wonderful.
It's like going to a buffet. The food's not that great, but there's a lot of it to choose from.
Oh, speaking of buffets, I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
We won't be eating at 168 anymore.
Oh, they're closed?
They will be soon.
Oh.
Somebody made a post on Facebook the other night and found a roach in their rice. And it got shared like 600 and something times.
Yeah, that's what pretty much what happened to Liz, I believe. They got one bad health inspection, and then it was gone after that.
Rest in peace, 168. You were a delicious place to eat until you start...
Even with the roaches, had to crunch.
Anyways, yeah. PS1 was definitely up there for me. That was my number 4.
For me, my number 3 was the beginning... I guess you could say level, the intro plus a little bit past it. The introduction to Half-Life was fucking great. I brought in the sound of Gordon Freeman, your character, doing this experiment that pretty much causes the alien apocalypse.
Absolute chaos.
I love the sound effects too. They're so classic. Like, I can hear just a clip of one of them beeps. I'm like, that's Half-Life.
Yeah. Just don't hold your breath for Half-Life 3.
We'll take it from here. Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays.
Even the scientists, like, they all sounded the same.
Dude, I had the Half-Life demo a long time before actually owning Half-Life. And I would figure out unique ways of killing the scientists over and over.
Yeah.
Like, I would just stand and hold a grenade for like 2 seconds, throw it at an arch that I had it timed. As soon as that grenade got by scientist's head, it just blew him to fucking pieces.
Overhead capacitor.
Wonderful.
105%.
Pretty fucking creepy game for its time period too, man.
Yeah.
Small discrepancy. Well, no, it's well within acceptable.
I don't know if y'all can make out any of what they're saying, but there's a lot of foreshadowing going on, talking about various anomalies in their instruments and stuff.
Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
But yeah. Right then, Gordon just put the big crystal thing into the apparatus and just shit's exploding.
Shit up.
You start teleporting around. You see, you go to another dimension briefly. It's actually the last level of the game, the Hill Life. It leaves a legacy for Half-Life 2 and then Portal. The Portal set in the same universe as it. And the thing about Half-Life is just the freedom of everything you could do and how you went about doing it. They kind of took the kid gloves off, and you started off the game on this tram, and you got to see all the Black Mesa compound and all kinds of shit going wrong around you, but no one's making a big deal about it. And even when you first get out of the tram and go talk to a cop, he's talking about, hey, he's having all these computer troubles, but don't worry about it, Hey,
yeah.
Nothing wrong here. You can just go
Nothing
around.
to see here now, boy. Go on.
You can go around and talk to scientists. Half of them are bitch at you because you're basically bottom bitch here. You're the
basic bitch.
Yeah, you're the hazardous material handler. You're the guy doing the shit no one else wants to do.
Yeah, you get $20 an hour, but you're going to develop 15 cancers in 38 minutes.
One of the things I love is one of my favorite moments is going around fucking with shit in Black Mesa compound before everything goes wrong. There's a break room in there, and there's some guy warming up his lunch in the microwave, and you go start spamming the use button on the microwave, and this is what happens.
That's odd. My God, what are you doing?
He just blows lunch the fuck up.
Now you owe me a goddamn burrito,
There's
you
even
son
like
of a bitch.
a part in Half-Life 2 where you talk to a scientist from Black Mesa, and he's like, I can't forgive you for the incident in the Black Mesa compound. And you think he's going to talk about putting the crystal thing into the apparatus, causing the
about
apocalypse.
you blowing his fucking burrito to hell.
Yeah, you blew up his casserole.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Man, that game is so fucking great. That's someone that's worth going back and playing through once every few years. It's still fun. The way the levels are designed intelligently, where you got to think about what you're going to do. It's not just run and gun. If you go in there just guns blazing, you're going to fucking die. But
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that's like best to lure your enemies out, kill a couple at a time, take your time with it.
Yeah. And to this day, this is one of them games that many people consider the greatest game of all time. It's perfect.
It's how old's Half-Life now? 15, 20?
A little older than that. Because I remember the port coming out for the Dreamcast being a new thing.
In 99. Yeah, I remember.
So it was like mid-90s.
I'm going to Google that real quick. So,
because that was
you, the listener.
That's one of the things that really helped get Sierra off their feet, and of course Valve. Sierra helped with that shit though.
98. So November 8th, 98. So almost 19 years.
Yeah.
Almost 20. What I was getting at though, for a 19-year-old game, it still plays fucking amazing.
Yeah, graphics
Crisp,
are aged,
fluid,
but they look good.
Real fluid.
Yeah.
And you can tell what people are supposed to be.
And if you've never played it, get on Steam. Your computer can fucking run it. If your computer powers on, it can run this game. Get the source version. I think there's like a couple minor differences, but the main thing is it's updated graphics somewhat. It still looks like classic graphics, but they've updated it to a new engine, so you'll have less compatibility issues, and it looks a little bit better. I think it's just called Half-Life Source, and it goes on sale practically free every holiday, like most of the Valve games. So that's my number 3. It's the Half-Life intro.
My number 3, I had to swap around because I did have GTA written down. One of my first beating a game memories that really just floored me I remember to this day. I remember what I was doing, which room I was in, and everything. Was when I beat Super Mario 3.
Hell yeah.
For the first time.
I never did until I was an adult.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember it being a nightmare of a bitch. And, that's the one good thing is you got unlimited continues. It just starts you back at the beginning of the world.
Yeah.
And I remember literally spending, all day. My grandma cooked me lunch, ate fucking chicken fingers and french fries, and sat in that room. And I remember finally, I went outside for about an hour, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to take my time instead of... Because I've always been a Mario player where I try to fly through the level constantly. And I was just kind of like, well, I'm just going to take my time and work my way through it because World 8 and Mario 3 has a shit ton of the tanks and the battleships and all that. So I did. And I remember getting to the end of Bowser and I guess I've always had bad fucking nerve problems, but I remember locking one goddamn set of blocks to dropping him and being so nervous, I just paused it and sat there for a second and was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I remember being little Mario and going over there and dropping Bowser through and just that fucking trembling adrenaline feeling just coursing over me.
Yeah. I got to that point as a kid, and I think I didn't know exactly what to do. And by the time I figured it out, it was too little too late, and I was fucked. And I just kind of gave up on Mario 3 for a long time because I was so disheartened from going all the way back to World 1-1.
I don't even know what suicide is, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of mine because that was one of the beating another game is on my list, but that was kind of that was the first time I'd beat something completely on my own like that. Shit, I couldn't have been. I guess I was 6 or something. I was in first grade with your ass. So
It's crazy. Some of these games that I remember being badass at, I go back and play now. I'm like, how the fuck did I play this game?
I used to, like, I remember beating, like, Mega Man 3 and 4 and shit as, you know, a younger man. And, dude, I suck some shit at Mega Man. I can play it, but
Modern
not
games
as well as playing
softened
other
us
things.
up.
Big time.
That's one of the reasons I have a hard time getting my kids to play with these older games because they're so hard. They don't have the wherewithal to stick with it. You know, they're just like,
Well, some of them old games that are really hard, too, are still buggy. You know, they didn't release fucking patches and all this shit for those games, so whatever you bought on cartridge is what you got. And, I mean, you know, some of those games, it's actually the bugs and shit that work against you more so than the actual game
and then there's
difficulty.
Some difficulty was pure bullshit. Like, I'll always remember the invisible platforms on Mega Man. Like, if you didn't remember that shit, then there's no way to get through.
Talking about the little boxes that are like,
Yep.
Oh, dude, what a crock.
So unless you remember when and where to jump, you're pretty much going to get a game over till you memorize that shit down pat.
Frustrating as fuck. That was cool though. Beating Mario 3.
Yeah.
And Mario 3 too was one of those games, you know, it's like the first time in a Mario which not actually it isn't. It's the first Mario game to have like an overworld map.
Yeah.
I guess, and to like have secrets and shit hidden on it.
It's the first
Mario
Mario game.
Secrets, but there were secrets in the other Mario games.
Yeah.
Just
to me, it's the first Mario game that felt like a real AAA title because it was just amazing. The amount of shit you could do, the graphics of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking Mario 2, but
Mario 3 is the best out of all the NES Marios. I mean, granted, the original Mario is the more classic.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, if you want to compare old Marios to new Marios, Mario 3 is the one that really introduced all the new mechanics and shit. Mario 3 was the first one where you can do more than just turn into Fire Mario. You know, you can be Raccoon Mario or Tanuki, Frog Suit. The fucking giant boot is still one of my favorite Mario things. I love that giant goddamn boot.
Yeah.
Just trample thy foes.
I remember absolutely fucking hating the desert sun levels. So that sun's kicking your ass.
That dips down on you. What
that
a fucking cock
I can still
knocker,
picture
dude.
that thing perfectly in my mind, and I fucking hate it. I guess that's why I never get outside anymore, because I fucking hate the sun.
I just imagined one day, like... Well, no. Never mind. You wouldn't do this. I was just going to say, like... If you were to ever, like, somebody that trips a bunch of acid that just plays that game one day and they go to the beach, and I just imagine somebody tripping and looking up and seeing the sun was pissed off. They're just like, not today, god damn it. They're out there, like, trying to just uppercut in the air. Then they go to jail.
So you can.
They're like, it's okay. I paid $40 for Street Fighter 2 30th Anniversary Edition on Switch last week. I know how to do this.
Yep. I'm an MMA. I own Street Fighter.
What? That's good to know. Please don't kick my ass, sir. Well, that was my number 3.
Well, my number 2, of course, I'm getting into...
Don't number 2 on me now.
I'm getting into classic Brandon bullshit here.
Uh-oh.
My number 2 moment was in Earthbound. There's a point where you have acquired all of Ness's sanctuaries, or like the points of power that you got to go to in the game on your quest to beat Gygas. Where after you get your last point of power, Ness passes out and he goes to this dream world called Magicant, which is a throwback to Mother 1 when there's a whole world of Magicant and it ends up being this lady's... Nintendo's grandmother's dream. So it's cool that they still throw back to that in that respect. But Ness passes out, you go to Magicant and you fight a fuck ton of really difficult battles. It's one of the harder parts of the game. You get you don't have the rest of your party with you, just here. You do have this weirdo called Flying Man who you can pick up and he comes with you. He dies in like one hit to everything, but he'll at least distract one of these hard-ass enemies from killing you, or at least hitting you one time, because he's kind of a meatbag.
Nice.
But you get to the end of the Magicant level, and you encounter the Manny Manny statue, which is a recurring, I guess, villain in the game, even though it's just a statue. But it's this time, instead of being called the Manny Manny statue, it's Ness's nightmare, and it's the evil in Ness's mind, and you're basically confronting it and battling it. And when you beat it, you get this massive fucking level up. I've never seen another game do like this. You beat it, and let me see how I wrote down the wording of it. I summed up all the words. So I don't have to read you everything verbatim. Yeah, you start hearing like it says it sounds like Ness's voice, but I guess he's just kind of having an out of body experience. But he get told that Gygas can destroy the universe, and that's you've learned to face your the evil in your mind, so you can fight Gygas because he's the ultimate evil. So I guess you got to be pure of evil. But after you beat him, like your HP and psychic points meters, they just start scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You get hundreds and hundreds of HP and PP. Yeah. You get hundreds and hundreds of them things added on. You get so many stats. Every one of your power points, they give you special stats, and it just levels you up so
You're
fucking
out
much.
the fucking roof, essentially.
Yeah, and while all this is going on, it's playing this like transcendent music. And it's just like a holy shit. Like Ness was always a badass in the party, but now he's like a motherfucking badass.
It's just, I just imagine some like eternal being. It's just like, Ness, for yesterday you were a mere boy, and now you're gonna cock stomp every evil goddamn thing from here to Hiroshima. I miss you.
I love the music in this game.
It is good, man. It's original. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like what you said earlier with Half-Life. Like, you know, fucking Earthbound music when you hear it.
Yeah. I don't know. It was such a holy shit moment. I know I'm not doing it justice by just describing it. It's something you just got to play the game and get to that moment, and it's just. It's huge because like when you level up normally you get like 5 HP and like 3 PP, and then you get to this point it's like, oh, here's fucking 400 HP and 300 PP. It's like, god damn.
Shit.
It's awesome. That's always gonna be one of the things that sticks out clearly in my mind when I think about Earthbound, is that holy shit moment. So that was my number 2.
Well, my number 2 and my number 1 all pertain to the same series, so I'll just go ahead and say that. But my number 2 moment in retro gaming was something that was kind of, it's not really that big of a deal, but it was shocking to me, was Ocarina of Time, the final fight with Ganon. Mm-hmm. You know, Nintendo's always been real PC about everything, especially like violence and all that kind of stuff. Well, the final fight with Ganondorf, before he forms into Ganon, Link, delivers a blow with a sword, and Ganon starts coughing out blood. Mm-hmm. Like, in that whole scene, like, really just blew my mind, because right after that is when you see him transform from Ganondorf into Ganon.
Yeah.
And, like, the Zelda series is always something close to my heart to begin with, and all the other games, which, I mean, you don't see him in human form in the first 2 or Link to the Past. You see him in Link to the Past as Aghanim, the wizard.
Yeah.
But that was like one of the first real shocking boss battle transformations I remember. Like, seeing a boss turn from normal into like a huge, big oversized baddie. That's like pretty difficult to beat.
Yeah. Go through the legs, hit the tail.
Yeah. And I remember that like being one of those first moments where, you actually kind of, I mean, you get nervous playing older games, I guess, but that's one of the first times when like actual nervousness and fear sets in, I guess, because you're just kind of like, oh, god damn, he's quadruple the size he was. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do I do now? Like, let's just try to run from it for a little bit until we figure something else. Which, I mean, you know, being the Ocarina was on N64, N64 had a lot of that. You know, like Mario 64, the Bowser fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
oh my god, I love that
like,
fight so
I
much.
do too, man. That's still like, he's so much bigger than you, and like you really feel like you're doing something when you sling his ass toward the bombs.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And you know, this is a side rant on about that, but I remember that was the first time that I felt like it made me feel like a true neckbeard who'd earned his place in nerdom. Because like I'd go to my dad's friend's house with them, and they had a Nintendo 64. And the only game they had is Mario. They're like, I'm stuck on Bowser here. I'm like, oh fuck, I'll whoop this guy's ass right here for you. Like, oh, you're really good at this, man. I have no life.
dude, I remember that little TV you used to play N64
Oh, God,
on.
yes.
Holy
Like a 3-inch TV.
Yes,
made
it
for
was
an RV.
It was black and white
Yeah.
too, wasn't it?
Yep, I was stuck with that for a long time. I'd even beat Diddy Kong Racing and shit playing
I
that.
remember that. I just remember being like, God
I
damn.
played split screen Diddy Kong Racing on a 3-inch TV.
Fuck, you're playing this fucking N64 like a pilgrim, but I'm impressed. Like, God damn. I gotta hold on. I gotta pause the N64. The Dick Van Dyke show is about to come on. He's about to shitty titty across the screen, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember why I was without a real TV, but
Yeah,
I remember having that thing.
I ain't making fun of you. For
Oh,
having
no,
that.
it's
I just
fine. I'm
remember,
making fun of me for
I
having-
remember that being like blowing my mind. I'm like, how in the fuck do you see what you're doing? And you're just like whooping ass like always.
Well, I don't remember. I think it might have been after our divorce or something when I didn't have a whole lot of shit. I don't recall, but I remember like being so thrilled when I found that thing in the closet. I'm like, does this work? It has an RF adapter. Yes.
And if you don't like playing N64, it's also got an AM radio.
It's like a crack addict, like scraping crack off the bottom of their oven or something. I had to get my fix somehow.
Gotta get all that burnt stuff out of there. That's good stuff.
Yeah. I had to get my fix somehow.
Oh, man. Oh, I know this is... Nah, we'll save that for another time. That has nothing to do with video games even. That just made me think of a story about a meth head told me one time. He said he went to prison in Mississippi. This is a real quick little side rant. Went to prison down there in Dewsbury, Mississippi, or wherever the fuck it was. I don't even know if that... Anyways.
Daisy Lou.
Hey, yeah, Daisy Lou. That's what I was trying to remember. He's down there in Daisy Lou Penitentiary, and apparently he said they were real hard up to get a fix, so they found like this bug spray or something like roach killer that had some sort of oil in it. And so they figured out that you could spray it. They had a piece of screen from a screen door, and they sprayed this shit on there several layers until it started caking up in the grid, and they hooked fucking battery cables
Oh, God.
to it, and they said the black shit that sizzled and fell off of it, they scooped it up and smoked it.
Oh, my God.
And I was just like, man, I hope you got like a fucking Klaatu or whatever that fucker's name is, like growing out of your asshole. It just looks like that Boppa Gopher game you see, like Whack-A-Mole. He's just like, please, kid, just asshole opens like a flower bud. It's like, please kill me. Goddamn tweakers. Fuck you. Anyways, that was my number 2 memory, was Ganon's transformation in Ocarina of Time.
I got one more side rant, and I'm not knocking Breath of the Wild by any means, but I fucking hate the name Calamity Ganon. That's ever since I heard that name, it's got under my skin. It's like someone at Nintendo just put in the Japanese word for the boss, and it translated to Calamity Ganon. Like, oh yeah, we'll go with that. But come up with something a little more creative. Don't just throw the word Calamity in front of it.
He has a... God damn it. He has another name for his final form. I can't remember it. It's something...
Like, it kind of reminds me of
underwhelming
like Dragon
as
Ball
well.
Cheese, where it's like, how he's not just Saiyan, he's Super Saiyan.
Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. It's Calamity Ganon and excuse me, Dark Beast Ganon. kind of like fucking white ass Brad name is that us Dark Beast Ganon. It can't be like Raper of the Innocent and Wearer of Flesh Ganon. It's Dark Beast Ganon.
Is that they all have different forms out there, like it's on Power Rangers or something. It's the Ultra Megazord.
There's gonna be like General So Ganon at some point. Fucking Kung Pao Ganon. But anywho, it's time for the number one.
Yeah,
sorry that we got to work by candlelight.
Yeah, I can't really read my notes. Here we go. I've talked about this moment before, but I'm going to talk about it again because, goddamn it, it's my favorite moment.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
Yep. The time in Chrono Trigger where Frog splits a goddamn mountain in two with a sword. It's so fucking amazing. And
I do remember you talking about this.
Yep. It's classic, not just because of the moment, but the music of Frog. It's one of my favorite songs in any video game. Let me pull it up. Love that shit.
It's very epic.
Yeah, it is. And it's in this moment that where Chrono gives Frog the Mass Immune, which you know is a favorite Square legendary sword. That's what Sephiroth's sword was. Handful of other games of the Mass Immune.
Nice.
Isn't this same Frog reveals his real name is Glenn, and he comes to terms with the fact that he's the only one that has the power and the responsibility to take vengeance for his friend Cyrus, who the bad guy in the game Magus killed. So he takes the sword in hand and he lifts it to the sky, and it's like a very Dragon Ball Z moment where it goes to the overworld map and you see this big dome of energy pop up, and a big pillar of light comes down the sky to the sword, and he just uses it to split the whole goddamn mountain in two. Like, goddamn, if only you do that in battle.
It's like Moses parting the fucking Red Sea, but much more realistic.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It's a frog man with a sword.
That was a dumb thing to say, I know. Sorry.
It's funny. And this is one of the most covered video game songs I've ever seen too. I brought in a couple covers we'll listen to a few seconds of. One of them is like it's really nifty. It does acoustic guitar and electric guitar of it. And that's by Guitar Wanker 90 on YouTube.
Dost thou lady dare show me her titaloons? Hand thy lady thy chalice goblet. I have dropped 2 sleeping pills in there. Hell yeah.
I dig the fuck out of that.
I like that metal drive to it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I like that.
It's also one of my favorite songs to pull up in Lord of the Rings online and play on like the accordion or the lute or something. Let's see, I got another one here. This is more of a classical version. There's like whole orchestrated versions, but I think this one kind of drove home the classical point a little better because it wasn't as much shit going on.
You didn't have a guy with a fucking 12-piece drum set in Arthur's court.
This is by Taylor Davis on YouTube. She apparently has a shitload of video game covers from what I saw. It's piano and violin.
Nice. Guys, makes me want to drink like a big frosty mug of beer.
Yeah, it does.
And just be like,
we're going to go dance at the bottom of the Titanic.
Come on, witch! I will back thee. Yeah.
God himself couldn't sink him.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I do say, Jack, would you like to get the back of this Model T Ford with me and fornicate? I do declare. Let me get real drunk and go down here and punch Sammy right in the teeth. That does. That made me think of a lot of Titanic, like
Yeah.
people tap dancing and drowning and shit.
I just imagine the boat sinking, people are falling off and dying. There's still people in there tap dancing, or not river dancing. I guess be closer to it.
Ocean footing.
Yeah.
That's that deep sea juking right there. That's terrible. But funny. I never made it that far in Chrono Trigger, and I need to remedy that. Because I did enjoy it. I just didn't get to finish it when we done that episode.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that scratch under my eye hurts so bad.
I heard rubbing lemon pills in it will help. It's all organic.
When God gives you lemons, you find a new God.
That was what? Power Thirst or something like that?
Yeah, it was Power Thirst. Yeah. That's one of the greatest fucking
it was.
things ever. Well, my number one is, of course, going to be a Zelda-related thing. It's not really so much as what I did as what I watched somebody do, but like still to this day is one of the most exciting video game moments ever is watching my grandfather beat the first Zelda.
Hell yeah.
And it's kind of a dual-edged sword. It's kind of a dual-edged master sword. My grandfather, you know, he after he retired and such, he played video games a lot. And I mean, if you've listened to any of these podcasts up until when he passed away last year, you know that him and video games to me go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And he said at home, you know, and this is the days before the internet. You know, they had Zelda strategy guides. We didn't own one of them. My original Zelda map, my grandfather had went through and hand drawn all the blank spaces in on the actual map and all that stuff. And I remember coming home one day and he was telling me that he thought he had made it to Ganon and didn't know really what to do. And then I was sitting there with him when he figured out about blowing the whistle to expose the white form or whatever that you have to hit with the light arrow.
Yeah.
And I remember him figuring out and doing that. And me and him both just being so pumped, you know, because I'm like, you've been playing this game for like 2 years. I mean, granted, I was only like 5 when I got that game. So, I mean, it's going to be hard for a 5-year-old to beat Zelda.
Right.
I got far in it, but I never
beat it as a kid.
Never beat it.
I got to the last dungeon before Ganon. Like, I remember getting up to a point where, I can't remember the specifics. I've beat it since I was an adult, but I can't remember it anymore. But one of the last dungeons, I got to a point where I was in the room beside the final boss, but could not figure out how to get into the final boss. You could hear the boss's noises, but couldn't figure out how to get in there. But,
that kind of dragon screech or whatever.
Yep.
That weird noise. That was just one of my favorite moments because like it's something I'm always going to remember, you know. And I remember running to school and I probably to you know, being like, hey, fuck you, my grandpa beat Zelda, what'd you do yesterday? Fuck you.
My dad drank heavily and yelled at me.
Yeah, fuck you, you know. Been a spiteful little shit, you know. I mean, I remember that though, and that being incredible because, like, you know, at the time too, we didn't have all these open world games and shit. And I remember
Zelda was it.
Zelda was fucking huge as a kid, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, there's more than fucking 20 screens in it.
Yeah.
You know, like you can go underground. Then there's mazes in here.
It's not the same palette swapped level 3 times.
Yeah, no shit. Like, there's actually different enemies. You know.
The one thing I hated the most about the first Zelda, though, was there wasn't many of them, but the
hands.
No, I didn't mind the hands, even though they were bitches, because they would molest the fuck out of you and take you to the beginning.
Yeah.
But
they grumble. You can just
the sides, they're not side scrolling, but the side view levels or
where you would get the items.
Yeah,
like,
and they had the
ladder.
bats in there. That what the fuck could you really do about that?
Yeah,
I
that
hated
was
that shit.
That
It
was
pissed me
pretty
off.
lame. I hated getting in somewhere and running out of bombs, especially later on, because bombing holes and walls randomly becomes so integral in that game later on.
I'm pretty sure that's what I had to do to get to that final boss. That I just didn't have the luck to bomb the right spot.
Oh man, there's so many fucking shitty misdirects in that game too.
Yeah.
Like you go into the store and they're like, "Hey, buy this Octorok meat," and buy all this bullshit that you don't fucking need.
Yeah.
Like, I think the blue ring and the red ring, like you don't even have to have the one of the two, I think. And then like there's a blue flame and the red flame. Oh man, I remember him beating that though, and that just, I was just like, man, you're the smartest person on the planet. Like, which the other flip side of it happened here recently, and I talked about it a few weeks ago, actually. My grandpa had also played through Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, and he had never beaten it. That was something he always wanted to beat. But, like I said, no strategy guide. He didn't use the internet for anything like that. He didn't even use the internet at all, pretty much. And, that was just something he always wanted to do it, but never done it. And a few weeks back, actually, his saved game is still on my original Zelda 2, and he was one dungeon away and 2 items away, or actually 1 spell, 1 item, and 1 dungeon away from beating it. And I went through and completed that motherfucker.
That's impressive as fuck that he got that far, because I remember getting like just a handful of levels into it. I was like, fuck this. It was too goddamn hard.
It's one of those games that's got that cryptic Nintendo bullshit in it. Like, where if you just don't know something, how in the fuck are you supposed to know that you walk to the end of this screen right here and use this spell to make this building appear so you can make this bridge open? Like, nobody would ever think about that. Kind of like the fucking whirlwind and shit and like Castlevania 2. You got to stand in a certain spot at a certain time. The cryptic Nintendo shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was literally... The only thing he could never do is the last dungeon is got like a force field that'll kill the shit out of you if you try running through it. He can never figure out how to get that force field deactivated, and all it was is you have to go get a spell from there's a hidden village at the end of Zelda 2 that you cut or burn some grass and the village appears, and like that was the only thing he was missing.
How the fuck are you supposed to know about that?
Yeah, I mean, for real.
You had been wandering around and happened to burn some grass, and oh fuck.
Well, see, the thing is, you don't even have on Zelda. All you have is the hammer and the flute. That's B and A. The flute is used to make the river devil thing disappear, which is just like this little spider thing that blocks your way.
Mm-hmm.
Has no other purpose, I don't believe, other than that. And then the hammer. So, how are you supposed to know that the hammer will also chop down grass and do all this bullshit? Like, but, I mean, I completed it for him, and I honestly, out of everything I'll probably ever do with retro gaming, that'll be the thing that always sticks out in my mind the most.
That's awesome.
That's, not only one of my favorite retro gaming memories, that's just one of my favorite memories, period.
Yeah.
And as much as it sucks, at some point, that's all you got. So
yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's a good one to have.
Yeah.
Not trying to get depressing on y'all or nothing right here toward the end.
It's fine.
Don't let it be your end. Don't pretend you're a Brundlefly and buy yourself a Brundlefly trap from Bed Bath & Belial, by the way. Running excellent summer BOGO specials right now. Buy 1 Orphan Hearts and get 3 Dissected Children free.
That's great. Those Dissected Children come in handy for a lot of rituals.
And they got a lot of nice Cheshire drawers on sale, too.
Yeah, they do.
Good stuff.
My favorite is the... I can't remember what they called it now. The Forgotten Elderly line or what?
Oh, there was the skins of yesteryear.
Yeah, the skins of yesteryear.
Man, what a fine set of curtains those people made.
Yes.
They still smell like rich, fatty leather. But anyways, we have a phone number. Did you check our calls?
I did not.
I spent $5 and I spent some moolah and promoted one of our posts, but I highly doubt it.
I think we're the only people that listen to us anymore.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's why we're trying to get y'all back. That's why we're doing all these new segments and la-di-dar. We have 5 new voicemails.
No shit.
That's what my thing says. It may be shit that... So, don't get your hopes up yet.
Oh, yeah, I can't check it on this thing because I got Project Fi for my phone and it redirects me to that automatically.
No, we don't have any new ones.
Oh, that's fine.
God damn it. It said you lied. Why'd you lie?
Fuck you, Google.
It's just showing ones that we haven't cleared off. Well, anyways. We have a number. 682-777-GOOD. You should give us a call. You know you should.
Yep.
And all that.
Gives us wood.
Gives us big raging sequoia wood. We actually too, I want to go ahead and announce real quick. We actually have an Instagram page now. It's Good Ole Gamers. Just all one word. Look us up. I don't have shit on there now. So I'm going to do all that probably tonight and have that rolling.
Do all the Instagramming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to be, I guess, Instagramming retro game shit I do during the day.
Take pictures of your awesome video games.
Yeah. Let us know what you have. Show us yours and we'll show you ours.
Yeah. Ends up your pants, I'll unzip mine.
If we can only just figure out a way to send you a file that allow you to smell it, the cycle would be complete.
Yep.
Well, anyways, so we're not recording next. You're gone next week, right?
I'm leaving Friday and I won't be back till the 4th.
Nice. So we are not going to be recording next weekend, but you will have episode 92,
93,
and
94.
a special 94 is coming. So y'all have enough to keep you entertained till we get to come back in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And all that jazz. Anything you want to say since you're going to be gone for a while before you leave?
Take pity upon my bank account. Disney World is not. Disney World is.
I'm going to have to trade one of your children for that
Disney World
extra
is
meal package.
Disney World straight up struggle fucking my bank account. So.
It's beyond pity fucking at this point. Like,
yeah.
It's like fucking using a straw to shove Skittles in the ass cracker. While you're passed out from drinking too much fucking Mad Dog 2020. Fucking rainbowing up your ass crack. Disney.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, though. Too bad you're not going in like 4 more years when they have the fucking Star Wars world built.
Oh, yeah.
I seen the plans for that shit yesterday, and I'm like, is it literally going to look like that? Because that looks like it'd be hard to do. Which, I mean, Disney's got more money than God. So.
Yeah. And Texas.
Yeah. No shit. Like, Ross Perot just wishes he would have started fucking Disney.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
They got a lot of Star Wars shit there. We're going to check all that shit out.
Awesome.
They did just complete the World of Pandora, which I fucking hate Avatar, but that shit still looks cool.
That'd be cool.
Because they genetically engineered plants just for that. That's fucking ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, the glow-in-the-dark plants they made just for that place.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, it just makes me realize, does Disney World have a genetics department? What the fuck are they doing? Trying to make a real life Mickey
You're gonna
Mouse?
go down there and like all these goddamn like
Brundleflies.
all these Brundleflies. Like you're gonna walk in this room, it's gonna be all these shitty like half human, half Mickey hybrids, and they're like, kill me. Oh, goddamn! Kill me now!
Probably look more like Splinter from the old Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, goddamn! Kill me! Fucking, it's like this even more retarded looking Goofy.
Oh God,
gosh! Ooh, gosh! I can't do a Goofy voice. It's like, you just like go over there and he's like, kill me. You just like fucking shoot him. He's like, oh, Pluto's got the mange.
he is the retarded one. I didn't understand why they like made Goofy a person, but Pluto's just like kept on a leash, kept in Mickey's basement.
Goofy just makes people proud that they only have like. Gosh, I didn't know I had 5 extra chromosomes. That's terrible. That's Goofy.
Yeah.
Well, anywho, have fun on your trip. I know.
I want to make sure I have fun because I'm spending enough money. By God, I'm going to have fun.
You better get a.
We're enjoying this vacation, God damn it.
Fucking Minnie better give you a big old suck off upon arrival.
I don't know, some of them princesses, some of them look pretty good.
Is Leia technically a Disney princess now?
I guess technically, yeah. And so is Thor.
Maybe they got a... I'm not going to say that because that's a bit much. Anyways, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be cool. I'm going to sit here for a couple more weeks, and then at the end of the month, next month, I will get to enjoy...
Hell yeah.
Vacation as well.
I'm so ready to just not go to work.
Hell yeah. That makes the fucking world a difference.
Yeah.
Right there. Just not being able to say fuck it for more than a week.
Yeah.
Straight.
I need this break before I go back into work and school again in the fall. That's
for mental health, if nothing else, like shit. De-stress a little bit. Never hurts anybody. Just stay away from the water down there.
Why?
You might get ate by an alligator. You're going to Disney World.
Yeah, that's right.
People forgot that was a thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Never forget.
I forgot to never forget. God damn it. I kind of want to wrestle an alligator. So I think I'm just not going to give a fuck. If I get drunk and I wrestle an alligator, at least I'll die happy.
And if you manage to kill it, you can make some tasty-ass gator nuggets out of it. Never hurt anybody.
I think I could take an alligator on in a fight. I want to try.
Just depends on how big the fucking alligator is, I guess. Knowing your luck, you'll be like, I'm about to get this motherfucker. And it's a goddamn croc or some shit. Oh, that escaped yesterday. That's like one of Disney's genetic experiments going awry. What?
Surgically implanted hooks.
Disney does genetic experiments. They're like, they heard too much. They just kill the whole fucking family. Here at Disney, we believe in pacification through neutralization.
They surgically implant Captain Hook's clock in all of them. He was like, what's that ticking noise? It's a goddamn gator swarm.
Every time a hipster walks by and hears it, his mustache just straightens out. Just, eat gas! I can see that in my head. In my head, visually, it looks a lot funnier than it sounds. Well, we're going to stop chatting your ear off. Been a pretty good episode. We'll be coming back in a few weeks. Hit us up, 682-777-GOOD. Send us emails, Lyle, Brandon at goodolegamers.com.
Send us hate mail.
Send us hate
If
mail.
you know someone you know would hate us, it's fucking hate us, show them the show. Get them to listen to us and tell them our number or our email. But like, send these guys some shit. Light them up. I want to hear it.
Yeah, no shit. I would like verbally assault us. I
love that shit. I live for abuse.
It's been a long time since we've had some really just like shit mail coming out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can make that happen. Are you a terrible person? Well, like, exercise your right to be a terrible person.
Burn our episode on a CD and drop it off at the church.
Ooh. Yeah, do that. Do that. We will have some hate mail rolling in then, because nobody is as vengeful as the Christians. Anyways.
It's one of God's most defining qualities. He's a vengeful God.
That is true. Speaking of which, I got to show you a video in a little bit. But check us out, goodolegamers.com, Facebook, Good Ole Gamers Podcast, now on Instagram, Good Ole Gamers, one word, iTunes, Stitcher, all that shit. Mm-hmm. We're on Twitter, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Look us up. We'll be back in a few weeks, and until then, game over, man.
Game over.
I can't beat that, Dick.